My dear students, welcome back to next session on amines. In the previous class, I had started the electrophilic substitution reactions on aniline. I had told you that an electrophilic substitution is a reaction in which an electrophile will be replaced by the other electrophile. All the aromatic compounds will undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. Likewise, aniline also undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. But in aniline, the NH2 group present on benzene ring is a very strongly activating group. You know that activating groups will direct the incoming electrophiles onto the ortho and para positions. So NH2 is one of the strong activating groups. So that being very strong activating group, it will give a tri-substituted product. In bromination, I told you that when you take aniline, that is a C6H5NH2, this is benzenamine or aniline, and when it is treated with bromine water, what it is going to yield? It will yield a tri-substituted product. For example, here this is benzenamine and it is giving tribromo, that is 2, 4, 2, 4, 6th position. So 2, 4, 6, tribromo aniline is the product formed here. It is a tri-substituted product along with the 3 moles of HBr. Now in this reaction, you can see a tribromo substituted product is formed. Why? It is very strongly activating group NH2. So that in order to get a monosubstituent product or to get a monosubstitution, we have to control the activity of NH2 group or protect the NH2 group. How to protect? So before going for electrophilic substitution, first the NH2 group or benzenamine is treated with acetic anhydride. When you treat with acetic anhydride, an acetyl group will be substituted on nitrogen so that it will be protected. Again it will undergo electrophilic substitution and will give a monosubstituted product, and again finally will remove the protection. Once again I will say, before going for electrophilic substitution, benzene has to be treated with acetic anhydride so that a CH3CO group is attached to this nitrogen as a protection. After this protection, now we can go for bromination or any electrophilic substitution. Now we will get a monosubstituted product. After getting a monosubstituted product, the protection on benzene ring, that is for aniline, has to be removed. These are the steps. Once if I write the equation, you will understand. For example, I am taking here aniline again. So here initially what I said is this aniline will be treated with acetic anhydride. What is the formula of acetic anhydride? CH3CO taken twice O. Look here, when you treat with acetic anhydride, actually this is nothing but acetylation. Here we are protecting the NH2 group, or we are controlling the activity of NH2 group. That is nothing but acetylation. We control the activity of NH2 group by acetylation. What is meant by an acetylation here? Introducing an acetyl group, that is nothing but CH3CO group. Look here, when you treat benzene amine, that is aniline, initially with acetic anhydride, what will happen? CH3CO and one hydrogen will be taken. So it will lose one acetic acid. Acetic acid will be lost, CH3CO and one H. This H will be replaced with acetyl group. So look here, this is NH here. I told you that we have removed one hydrogen and that will be replaced with the COCH3. So this is called as protective action. NH2 has been changed into NHCOCH3. It has been transformed into NHCOCH3. Now this is nothing but the name of this molecule is acetanilide. Acetanilide is the name of the molecule. Now treat the same with bromine. Now if you treat with bromine, here a monosubstituted product will be formed here. Look here, this is acetanilide. Again treating with bromine, what we are getting? This is NHCOCH3. What we are going to get is bromine. A bromine will be substituted at the para position. It is called as a para-bromoacetanilide. This is nothing but para bromoacetanilide. This is a monosubstituted product. Actually, this COCH3 is added for the protection. So we have to remove the protection in the next step. What is the removal of protection? Just if you hydrolyze that NHCOCH3 will be changed into NH2. Once again I will say here, initially we introduced a COCH3 group on nitrogen of benzenamine. Why? To control that group. After controlling that group, we have brominated, that is the bromination has taken place and we got a monobromo substituted product. But here this protection has to be removed. How to remove? Look here, when you hydrolyze with an acid or base, what will happen? Look here, this CH3CO will react with OH to give rise to CH3COOH. Look here, CH3CO and OH, acetic acid will be removed. One nitrogen will be added to this nitrogen, so that it will become, look here, so this is NH2 and here one bromine is there. This is nothing but para-bromo-aniline. So initially we have protected that NH2 group by acetylation, and then in the final step again we are changing that into NH2 group. Initially it is NH2 group. Due to protection it has been converted into NHCOCH3. Why we are protecting? Because NH2 group is strongly activating group, so that it will yield a tri-substituted product. In order to get a monosubstituted product, the activity of NH2 group is to be controlled. So here by acetylation the group is controlled now. Because of the control it is giving only monosubstituted derivative, that is a product. And again this protection has to be removed. In the last step when you hydrolyzed, this CH3CO will be eliminated in the form of CH3COOH. NH will be changed into NH2. This is the end product here. So this is the bromination where we are getting a monosubstituted product. But how this protection is working? For example, if we start any ride on bike, what we will wear? At the beginning of our journey, we put on a helmet. This is nothing but a protective action. After reaching our destination, we will remove that helmet. There is nothing but we will remove that protection. In the same way, the CH3CO is acting like a helmet for this NH2 group. It is controlling this NH2 group. So that this helmet, that is nothing but acyl group, CH3CO group, is protecting this group, and finally that is again removed in the last step. But how it is protecting? How it can generate only a monosubstituted product? Let us understand its mechanism. So please tell me now, aniline, if you directly treat with bromine, it will give 2,4,6-tribromo-aniline. But when it is protected, when we control that NH2 group, we can have a monosubstituted product, that is nothing but para-bromo-benzenamine. But how it works? In protection, what we are doing? Actually, in protection, we are changing this NH2 into NHCOCH3. You can see the structures I have written earlier. We are changing this into NHCOCH3. This is NH2. Initially, this is NHR. You can simply write this is NH2, an amino group. So we are changing that group into NHCOCH3 in the next step. We are introducing COCH3. We are introducing a COCH3 group on it. How this COCH3 is controlling the nitrogen's activity here? Look here. Take this one here. This is N, and here we have C double bond O, CH3. You know that nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons, because of which it is a strongly activating group. Now this carbonyl group is attached to nitrogen here. After protection, after acetylation, we are getting a COCH3 on nitrogen. This CO group is highly polar, so that there will be a transfer of 5 electrons onto oxygen. At the same time, what will happen? Carbon is losing electrons to oxygen. To retain its tetravalency, what will happen? One pair of electrons will be transferred from the nitrogen. Look here. Now, this nitrogen is getting a positive charge. Why this nitrogen is losing its electrons? So here is a double bond, and here is C, and here it is the O minus, and this CH3 is unaffected. So once again I will say, we are protecting amino group by introducing CH3CO. When that nitrogen is attached to COCH3, its activity will be reduced. How? Look here. Here nitrogen is a donor of electron pairs and it acts as a strongly activating group. But the lone pair of electrons will be transformed in the next step. Why? This carbonyl group being very polar, the oxygen tries to get these pi electrons onto it. As a result, it will become O minus. At the same time, as this carbon is getting the positive charge, to stabilize, it will take the electrons from nitrogen. As a result, nitrogen will lose these electrons to form a double bond here, and this is the structure we are going to get. Now look here. Before protection, that NH2 group has lone pair of electrons, which is just strongly activating. But if you see here, after protection or after acetylation, what happened here? Nitrogen is not having any lone pairs. That means this lone pair of electrons is less available now. Before protection, it is strongly activating. After protection, what happened? This nitrogen, after controlling, this lone pair of electrons on nitrogen is less available. Earlier, more available. Now it is less available. More available means trisubstituted product will be formed. Now it is less available due to acetylation, due to controlling. So, because of acetylation, the lone pairs are less available, and we can say that the activity of amino group has been reduced, so that it will give only monosubstituted product. So, this is what the electrophilic substitution in the form of bromination. So, to have monosubstituted product for aniline, we have to protect that group first by acetylation, then we can undergo electrophilic substitution, and in the final step we can remove the protection. Let us go for the other electrophilic substitutions. What is the next substitution reactions we have? That is nitration. You know what is meant by nitration. In nitration, the next electrophilic substitution is nitration. In nitration, benzenamine is treated with nitration mixer. This is benzenamine, that is nothing but aniline, that is treated with the nitration mixture. What is nitration mixture? The mixture of concentric HNO3 and concentric sulfuric acid. What is the electrophile that is going to substitute here? NO2 plus is the electrophile here. So that if you treat aniline with the nitration mixer, we get three products here. Look here. The first one is para-nitro. This is para-nitro-aniline. This is para-nitro-aniline or benzenamine. And we get one more product here. Look here. Here also we are going to get this is meta-nitro-aniline. This is meta-nitro-aniline. And we are going to get one more product here. I think you can guess that product. This is NH2, and here one NO2 group will be substituted. This is NO2 group here. This is also nitroaniline, but it is ortho nitrobenzenamine or aniline. Look here, on nitration, aniline is giving a nitro derivative, that is para-nitroaniline, meta-nitroaniline, and also ortho-nitroaniline. We know that it is a ortho-para directing group, so that majorly we have ortho-para products as the major products. Always ortho-para products will give, ortho-para directing group will give products with ortho and para substitutions majorly, but a small quantity of meta is also possible. So that here this is ortho product, this is para product, and this is ortho product. If you see the percentages of these products, para-nitroaniline, it will be around some 51%. If you see the percentage of meta-nitroaniline, it is around some 47%. And if you see the ortho-nitroaniline, it will be around some 2%. These are the different products formed. What is quite peculiar for us here, being ortho-para group, we should have ortho and para substitution as major products. Ortho and para substitution should be done. The substitution must be carried at ortho and para. So here ortho is para is 51%. It is okay, it's acceptable. But here ortho is only of 2%. But unexpectedly that meta is formed for 47%. Meta nitrobenzenamine is formed for 47%. It is abnormal because it is not meta directing group. But here what happened here, my meta product is unexpectedly formed. Why this meta product is unexpectedly formed? For that the reason is, here it is both are strong acids. Both being strong acids, what will happen? Look here, we are taking aniline here, and I told you that concentric nitric acid and concentric H2SO4 is taken. Both are strongly acidic. Strong acid means they can release the proton very easily, so that when they release a proton, aniline being base, it will abstract that proton very easily, and so that anilinium ion will be formed very easily. Why I am explaining this is, why here unexpectedly a meta product with more quantity is formed. For that the reason is, nitric acid and sulfuric acid being strong acids, here the proton will be released very easily, and that proton can be abstracted by aniline to get anilinium ion. So once this anilinium ion is formed, you see here anilinium ion, nitrogen has a positive charge. That means it is behaving like a ring deactivating group. That is nothing but a meta-directing group. Now it has become a meta-directing group. So meta-directing group means the substitution will happen at meta position. So that here being a meta-directing group, as its characteristic is changed into meta, now here a considerable amount, significant amount of meta product is also formed. This is the reason for the formation of major share of, one of the major share of meta nitrobenzenamine. So this is nitration. But in nitration, if you want to get only one product, as I said, you can protect this NH2 group, and you can get one product in the sense one substitution, only one substitution aniline. With one substitution aniline can be producing a product. Look here. This is direct nitration, but if you go for protection, it will give only one substituted product here, only substitution at one position. Firstly, to get protected, it has to undergo acetylation, nothing but treating with acetic anhydride in the presence of pyridine. We have studied earlier also. Here I told you CH3COOH, acetic acid will be removed, and at the same time, what is substituted here in place of one hydrogen? A CEO CH3 group will be introduced. This is nothing but acetylation. This is NHCO CH3. Why we are introducing COCH3? To control the activity of NH2 or for protection. Now we can treat the same with nitration mixer, HNO3 plus H2SO4. Actually this reaction is carried at 288 Kelvin. Now we get a monosubstituted product. You all know that this is acetanilide. I already told you the name of this molecule is acetanilide. In protection, always the product initially formed is acetanilide. Now what we are going to get here, this NHCOCH3 is unaffected here, and we are going to get a nitro substitution at para position. What is the name of this molecule? Para-nitro acetanilide. But I told you that this protection has to be removed. How? By hydrolysis. So we can hydrolyze this one, either acid or base, in the presence of an acid or base. What? The CH3CO and OH, it will be removed in the form of CH3CO group will be removed in the form of acetic acid, CH3CO OH, and one H will be added. That means we will get back our aniline, that is NHCO CH3 will be again changed into NH2, and here we get a nitro group. What is the name of this product? Para-nitrobenzenamine. This is nothing but para-nitroaniline. So this is what the procedure to get the mono substituted product in nitration. In bromination also the procedure is same. First it is to be protected with acetylation, followed by the required electrophilic substitution, and finally removal of the protection by hydrolysis. Let us go for the next electrophilic substitution, that is sulfonation. All the electrophilic reaction mechanisms will be same, only the electrophile is different. Let us go for the sulfonation. What is the electrophile in sulfonation? SO3 is the electrophile. So let us go for the sulfonation. In sulfonation, we take benzenamine, that is aniline, and that is treated with concentric H2SO4. In the first step, in sulfonation, we are going to take aniline and treat with concentric H2SO4. H2SO4 is nothing but H plus and HSO4 minus. Now look here, this H plus will be attaching to this NH2 very easily. Why? NH2 being base, it will take a proton very easily. So that what will be formed here? We get a NH3 plus here, this proton on attaching to that NH2 group. And this NH3 plus will attract this bisulfate ion very easily, so that this is the product formed here. So look here, this is aniline. In first step of the sulfonation, it will give anilinium hydrogen sulfate. The name of this intermediate is anilinium hydrogen sulfate, nothing but bisulfate. Anilinium hydrogen sulfate. In the next step, what we will do is we heat this one to around 553 Kelvin to 453 Kelvin to 473 Kelvin. It is not 453 to. Now what will happen? We are heating. On heating, it will lose water molecule. 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen will be removed. So what is lost here? Water is lost here. So that what will be left on the benzene ring? We have NH2. So on heating, H2O will be lost. So what is remaining here? 1 oxygen is already removed. SO3 is remaining here. 1 oxygen is removed in the form of water along with water molecule here. So here SO3 is there. This SO3, here 1 hydrogen is there. SO3 and hydrogen here. It will become SO3H. So water is lost, and here 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen in the form of water is lost here, so that NH2 is remaining. This SO3 and 1 hydrogen at the para position, it will be giving SO3H. What is the name of this molecule? This is sulfonilic acid. The name of this molecule is sulfonilic acid. Sulfonilic acid. So this is the product here. So on sulfonation of aniline, we get anilinium hydrogen sulfate as the product, intermediate product. That on heating, it will lose water molecule to give sulfonilic acid. But this sulfonilic acid, look here, if you see this sulfonic acid, it has both basic and acidic groups. Here SO3H sulfonic acid group, NH2 basic group, amino group. This is basic and this is acidic, so that this base will abstract this hydrogen in the form of a proton. Look here, this sulfonic acid has both basic and acidic group. 1 proton from the acidic group, acid means that will release the proton, base means that will take the proton, so that 1 hydrogen in the proton, in the form of proton, it will be shifted here onto this nitrogen, so that it will form an ion here. Look here, if that NH2 gets 1 proton, it will become NH3 plus, and what is remaining here? SO3 has lost H in the form of H plus, so that we have SO3 minus. Look here, we have positive charge here and negative charge here. This is called as a H vector ion. What is this ion? Vector ion, also known as a dipolar ion. The ion which has both negative and positive charge is called as a vector ion. So in case of sulfonation, the end product will form a jet ion. That sulfonic acid will be in equilibrium with its Jeter ion, dipolar ion with both positive and negative charge. This is all about the sulfonation. Now let us go for the next electrophilic substitutions, that is Friedel-Crafts, alkylation and acylation. I already mentioned that these aniline doesn't undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation. Why it will not undergo? Look here, what we take in Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation as catalyst? Aluminum trichloride or ferric chloride. So once again I will say here, we are studying Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts reactions. Both alkylation and acylation, both are not undergone here. Acylation and alkylation, both the reactions are absent for aniline. Why? Very simple, I told you just now. Yeah, aluminum chloride or ferric chloride is taken as the catalyst. Actually these are Lewis acids. We know that aniline is a Lewis base. Benzene amine is all the amines are bases. So that in this reaction, benzene amine, aniline is a Lewis base. So the catalyst that we are taking is AlCl3. This is a Lewis acid. Acid. So we are taking aniline here. Aniline we are taking in Friedel-Crafts reaction. What we are taking aniline and the catalyst is aluminum trichloride. This is a Lewis base. You know that acid will react with the base to form the salt. So what happened here? This aniline will interact with the catalyst, that is aluminum trichloride, and it will form a salt, and so that there will not be any electrophilic substitution possible. Due to the interaction of the catalyst with this aniline, a salt will be formed, and so that will deactivate the ring, and so that strongly deactivate the ring, and so no electrophilic substitution is possible. So that is the reason why Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation is not there for aniline. So with this we end the electrophilic substitutions on aniline. Now what is the last part of the amines? That is nothing but some of the uses of amines. Let us see some of the uses of amines. I think you know that in our biological system the proteins are made from amino acids where we have amino groups. Other than that, we have some applications, some uses in our day-to-day life. For example, if you take some compounds like adrenaline and ephedrine, these are two biologically active compounds. These have secondary amino functional groups. Actually, these are used to increase blood pressure. So tell me, so adrenaline and ephedrine are the two amino compounds where secondary amino group is existing, that is used to increase the blood pressure. And the second application use that we have is novocaine. Actually, novocaine is one of the amino compounds. It is a synthetic amine. Synthetic means man-made amine. So this is actually used as an anesthetic in dentistry. Usually in dental treatments like root canal or anything, the anesthesia that is given is nothing but novocaine. If you go for the another application, that is Benadryl. Its spelling is Benadryl. Benadryl. Actually, it is one of the antihistamines. It consists of a tertiary amino group as the functional group. It is one of the antihistamines. Actually, histamines in our body cause allergies. For that, nothing but the medicine is Benadryl. That is nothing but one amino compound. And lastly, quaternary salts of ammonia. The quaternary salts of ammonia used as surfactants. Surfactants are nothing but cleansing agents. These are the some of the uses of amine. First, adrenaline and ephedrine are used in increasing the blood pressure, and novocaine is used as an anesthesia in dentistry, and Benadryl is one of the antihistamines. So it will fight against the allergies, and quaternary salts of ammonia will be used as surfactants. So this is all about amines. The next part of this lesson is dealing with the diazonium salts. We'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.